How y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today, for you guys, is another podcast. Yeah, we're still doing these. I am very busy, but I'm glad we're able to do another one of these, and I am joined with Recon Trooper again.
Hey there, folks. Recon Trooper here, and if you're watching my gameplay or my version of this podcast, I hope you enjoy the Soul Calibur 5 gameplay, the Disney Infinity 3.0 gameplay, and the Battlefront 2 2005 gameplay in the background.
I know you were going to play those. Wow.
I don't know. Maybe because... Well, yeah, how did you know I was going to play Soul Calibur 5 if you haven't heard of it before?
Well, it's not because we had to do a second take of this 2 minutes in.
No.
I'll tell you that much.
Certainly not, because that would be...
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. But anyway, you know the housekeeping drills by now, right? Everyone listening and watching and or both. If you like this video, subscribe to myself and Recon Trooper. Leave a like. It's very appreciated. And yeah, let us know in the comments what you want us to talk about next time.
Yeah.
That'll help. You know, someone that isn't me or some guy named Recon. I don't know who that is, but
yeah. Well, he hasn't been on in a while. He probably was sick or something for all of February.
Yeah, it's fine.
Coughing his lungs out and sneezing and having a massive headache and all the good stuff that comes with being sick.
Yeah, fun. But you know what is fun? What's actually fun?
Yeah.
Is not dying. It's the first topic.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. So what is it?
Not dying?
No, I do. I'm kidding. No, not dying. That's the last topic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the first topic is the Avatar franchise. So, as I was preparing to ask you this, I rehearsed it, so no, this is not a second take.
Yeah.
I watched the first movie. I kind of decided to start watching these again, and, well, the movies anyway. I don't have the game. And I watched the first one yesterday and the second one today. And so... You know, and I'm very much looking forward to Fire and Ash in December, if we all don't die because of certain things going on between our warring countries. And check the news, people, if you don't know what I'm talking about, because we're not going to discuss it here. And
back, baby, woo!
Yeah. But yeah, when was the last time you watched these two movies? And well, what's your take on them, if you remember them at all?
I do remember. I mean, yeah, I have a fondness for this franchise. I mean, yeah, I've seen them. I think I saw the first one 2 times, and this Way of Water just 1 time in theaters. I have them both on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I do have the Avatar Frontiers of Pandora game. It is very good. I mean, it's not my favorite game ever, but it's cool. It's canon to the films. It's in the same universe, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's one of the better Ubisoft games recently, I think, in terms of like performance. And obviously, you know, I've been to Animal Kingdom with the Avatar Land they have in Disney World, and that's incredible. So, I mean, yeah, they have a really Disney has, like I said, a seemingly infinite supply of money, so they're able to kind of pump these movies out like crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for what's it, Fire and Ash, right?
Yeah. It's gonna be
okay. Yeah, I'm excited for that
good.
one. I hope we get a trailer soon because yeah, I mean, these movies, they're not my favorite, but I do understand how they make $1 billion, and I mean their CGI is just, it's off the charts. Like, it looks so good.
Yeah. You know, like, and, yeah, speaking of, Fire and Ash, this one's gonna be, well, we can get to that one a little bit later, because first we're talking about the first 2 movies that we do know about fully. So,
yeah.
But, yeah, so... Which one of the 2 is your favorite, and which one, I don't know, would you say has the better plot?
Better plot. See, this is where it gets kind of weird for me, because the first one's iconic, because it's the first one, but I enjoy the second one visually better. I think that the underwater stuff is like freaking crazy what they're able to do.
Yeah.
I wasn't a massive fan of, I believe his name is Quaritch, coming back in Navi form. I understand why they did it, and I don't hate it. But I think that in terms of narrative speaking, I would probably go with the first one.
Yeah.
It sets up the world really well.
Yeah.
But I think where they went with the second one, I think that was actually well handled. And I don't know what they're really doing for 3. I know it's funny because it's like an AI fever dream now. You look at Avengers Doomsday and there's a trailer out already, but no, it's just it's
Clickbait.
it's a 4-minute AI trailer. Same thing with Avatar.
Yeah.
I literally YouTube Avatar and it's like, oh, the Fire and Ash trailer is out, and I watch it and it's like AI garbage and everyone's orange.
Yeah, well,
That's
it's all clickbait, unfortunately, but yeah, I personally would have to say I kind of like I guess maybe the first one too, but the second one is very close because it's got its good moments for sure. Even though Quaritch comes back, I mean, it's not so much him being just some military guy like in the first one that he's kind of on the warpath to kill Sully and his family. And but yeah, the first one I would say, especially the end battle, is perhaps better because it just seems a little more grander. Because in that one, what did I think they said they have like 2,000 tribe people that they recruited or whatever, as opposed to the second one where you see maybe, I don't know, 20 of the water people on their whatever they're called, plus the Sullies, in on their animals, and it just isn't as grand, as big, I should say, as the other one. Not to mention, it's only just that big, massive water raft that they're fighting on, as opposed to, they got all those helicopters and the Quaritch's, big gunship there, and everything. So, and not to mention when all those animals kind of come to the rescue when everything seems like doom. I suppose the whale in the second one sort of does that, but it's not so much just out of the blue. Like, you see kind of where you don't just see him pop out of the water out of nowhere. You see him underwater, seeing his Navi brother, what's his name, Loak or something, the one that is always
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, the one that's always getting yelled at, basically, even though not all the time it's his fault,
So basically, Blue Bart Simpson.
Yes, and
Okay.
but yeah, it still is pretty good when the whale shows up, and and some of it's going to be interesting to see the guy that gets his arm ripped off come back, because he's still alive and he is going to be in the third one. And
yeah,
the third one will definitely be interesting. Not to mention, I don't know how much research you've done on the third one. I mean, obviously they haven't revealed anything massive about it, but in terms of the plot itself, but they have revealed.
Which is surprising, right?
I guess so, but they have revealed kind of what's going to be in the movie. We're finally getting bad Navi. We're finally
like the lava people.
Yeah, or no, they're the Ash tribe or clan or whatever.
Ash tribe, okay.
Yeah, they're going to be kind of.
Ash tribe.
Yeah, they're going to be kind of like the first time we see bad Navi in this franchise. So that'll be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, going back to the final battle, I think that for me, I agree, the first film is more grand, but I think what I liked about the second movie's battle, I don't remember all of it because I've only seen the movie once. I need to rewatch it, but I remember liking the fact that it was very personal, right?
Yeah.
It felt small. It felt like, oh shoot, bad shit's gonna happen, right? Like this is more on a deeper personal level than like, oh, there's a million CGI people running around a forest, right?
Yeah.
Both are great, and I think that's what James Cameron did a really good job of kind of
Yeah.
highlighting that aspect.
But yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention there are actually some speedboats that the humans use on the thing. So I guess it's not just
yeah, that's right.
it's not just the big massive water craft that they are on, but still it's still not as grand because like again see the big battle in the first one, and there's guys all over the place in the sky and on the ground. In this thing, it's just really in the water. And that's it. Like you don't see it. More helicopters, maybe, and I think only a couple guys underwater actually die.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
Maybe. Well, wait. Maybe I'm making this up. Maybe it's like a weird dream I had. But is there a scene in the second movie where like there's like a bunch of humans on a boat and like they're hunting some thing?
well, they're hunting the whales.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I didn't make that up. Okay, that's just a personal thing. When you mentioned the word whale, I had like a weird. I was like, wait a minute, did I dream that? But no.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
I think they're called Tolkiens or something.
Tolkien. Yeah, the guy who wrote Lord of the Rings. That makes sense.
No, Tulk.
Oh, okay.
En. You need to do research.
Yeah, get cultured, stupid. I could just see J.R.R. Tolkien's face on a whale.
Well, no, I can't. But anyway.
Oh.
But yeah, it'll be.
No, I mean, yeah.
It'll be interesting, and there's also they announced some of the cast, and the leader of the Ash tribe is gonna be a woman, and
Okay.
she's apparently
Do you
gonna
have a name?
It's Varang, I think. Varang
Okay.
or something. I
Rolls
don't.
right off the tongue.
Yeah, but yeah, and then there's another guy. I don't know. I don't remember his name. I don't even know if it's hard to pronounce or not. But it's basically,
Yeah.
I have seen Harry Potter, and I have seen some of the characters in the franchise. So I know that guy that turns into the werewolf, I think.
Remus Lupin. Yeah.
Yeah, that actor's gonna be in it.
Well, that'll be. Oh man, him getting in the mocap suit. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, they do have shown a picture of what he's gonna look like, and he's gonna be part of some sort of wind tribe, I guess, and they're gonna be kind of like the polar opposite of the Ash tribe, who's gonna be like all villainous and murderous, kind of. I guess in this thing, his tribe's gonna be more joyful and stuff or something.
So you get one side where they're like, we're gonna kill your whole family, and the other side is like, let's all dance and sing Kumbaya.
Yeah, in the air.
In the air, right? Yeah.
Because they have some sort of flying animal that we haven't seen yet. They kind of look like jellyfish, I think, in the air, in the sky. I don't know. You'd have to research it, but yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. And apparently, this is gonna be the longest of all of them. It's gonna be, I think, 3 hours and 12 minutes or something.
Jeez. I mean, hey, look. I know some people are really against long films. I don't mind the length of whatever. If the length of a movie, whether that be a long or short film, if it is applicable to the quality of the movie, and it's not just like, oh, we're making this movie 18 years long because we want to. I think it's good, right? If he can do it, if he can make a banger 3 hour, 12-minute film, I'm down for it. Right?
Well,
I saw
the other two are basically, I think.
Yeah, I think they're all over 3 hours, right, so far.
Yeah, and
okay.
Well, I'm not sure. I think the first one is I think the first one is about just under 3 hours, and then
it's 2 hours 59 minutes and 59 seconds. I forgot.
I don't know, because I've got an extended edition that has an extra 16 minutes to it. So.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they have an extended collector's edition that apparently, and found it in a kind of it's already used because the first disc has marks on it, which so far hasn't given me grief, but I'm sure if I play it a certain way, it'll probably do. But
Yeah.
anyway, it's I think just under 3 hours. It's like 160 something minutes.
Okay.
With the extra 16 minutes. So
Yeah, I mean, look, I saw the Snyder Cut. That's 4 hours. I saw the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit trilogies. Those are, I think, Lord of the Rings: Return of the King extended
is the longest.
4.5 hours. Yeah.
So.
And I did it. I sat through the whole thing. So I'm all for it, you know?
Yeah. I don't mind a long film per se, just as long as it's not going to be, you know, two-thirds of it is just going to be yapping all the time.
Yeah. Or just don't bring water to the theater.
Yeah. 2/3 is yapping. One half of the last third is grief or something, and then the very last half of that last third is the action.
Ugh. Sounds incredible.
Yeah. Well, apparently this Fire and Ash is gonna have like a bigger battle than the second one did, I guess. So that's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy what Cameron can do, right? Because I think I think I read this somewhere that like Avatar 4, it's already filmed, like it's done. They just got to add up some tweaks, like it's pretty much ready to ship out. So it's crazy that they're really going nuts with these movies. Like they're filming them like crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think they are. I think they did add they did 2 and 3 back to back, sort of, and then I think they're trying to do 4 and 5 back to back. And obviously they're waiting until the third one before they even start talking about the fourth one. So.
Right. Yeah, I would hope.
I mean, I suppose if they just revealed the titles, it wouldn't be so bad. Because, I mean, I know people for the longest time were waiting for Avengers 4's title, and apparently Marvel wanted to keep the focus on Infinity War for the time being. Until finally December of that year when they finally gave us our stupid first trailer.
And now with the new 2 Avenger movies, we already know the title, so it's like, oh, that's fine.
So, but yeah.
But no, yeah, I am excited for this movie. It's not my favorite franchise ever, but I do want to revisit them. It is hard to watch a 3-hour movie on a school night when I gotta wake up at 6, but I am definitely, it's on my bucket list. I have a week off for Easter break at the time of recording this, in about a week and a half or so. So I do want to rewatch them because I remember really enjoying them, and I think it'll be good to revisit this world again.
Yeah, it's definitely got its charms and maybe some cons, but not like extremely series destroying ones.
No, yeah, they're fun movies.
Yeah, but
speaking of being fun, my first topic is maybe it won't be fun for you. We'll find out. But it is March, and if anyone knows what is happening on March 20th, you will know that your boy is picking up some Assassin's Creed Shadows. So I wanted to get your opinion on this. Because I know you played a few AC games. I know you're not like a massive fan, but this game.
I still haven't finished Black Flag.
Okay, so you play Valhalla.
Yeah, but I played Black Flag, but I haven't finished it. I just my game brain is kind of on pause, so to speak.
Okay.
But anyway.
Well, you're gonna have to unpause it when Shadows drops, because let me tell you. For everyone listening as well, this is a game that, I mean, look, it looks like if you've been keeping up with the gameplay and you're watching the trailers, it looks really good. Like, it looks like a polished experience. And the issue is that Ubisoft has a history of releasing playable, but not necessarily totally, foolproof, polished games.
Yeah.
I should know. I played basically all of them. So,
the
thing I wanted to get
you should also know that Ubisoft and I are arch enemies.
Right. Yeah, that's why I'm asking you this, 'cause I wanted to get your opinion because you hate them. So with Ubisoft, if I mean I don't know this for a fact, but in all honesty, if this game, let's say Shadows comes out and no one buys it, right? It makes no money. It's horrible. It doesn't work right. It gets horrible reviews. If this game bombs, Ubisoft as a company is pretty much going to go down. I mean, it's I don't want that because I love Ubisoft as a company. I think that they make genuinely good experiences, at least for the most part. So I would be pissed off. But I mean, like, what are your thoughts on that? Like, this is a big deal. You know, if Shadows doesn't do well, they're kind of effed up as a company. I mean, that's big.
Well, I honestly wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind more Activision going out of business than Ubisoft because they're just they need a serious blow because of their ignorance these past couple of years, especially between the Modern Warfare Remastered mod that they cease and desisted right after they had some sort of sale, or like it was just right before the day that some mod was supposed to release, and yet they made a bunch of money because they put a discount or something on it so people would buy it, and they were buying it for this mod, and then they cease and desisted a day before the mod is supposed to be released, and then made everybody angry, and they're just licking their moolah that they basically blackmailed. And
well done, Activision.
Yeah.
Good on you. We all love you and we
or
respect you.
I shouldn't say blackmailed, extorted. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as much as I'm not really on Ubisoft's side because of things that I've had issues with in their Assassin's Creed games anyway. I don't personally think they should go out of business, but I do think they should learn some lessons. And I mean, I know, like, maybe they wouldn't know about all the glitches and stuff that are in their games. People have to discover them and report them for them to be aware of it, but
yeah, but
as long as
testers are for.
As long as they actually do something about it, is the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, you even look at like TT Games, right? Like they have a habit of most 99% out of 100 the Lego games are fine out of the gate, but
yeah,
there's a few weird, like there's a Lego the Hobbit glitch where if you play as the young version of Dwalin and you equip the two-handed axe, the game will automatically crash. And that game came out 11 friggin' years ago, and they still haven't fixed it. So, yeah, you're right, right?
Force Awakens has a thing now, too, where unless you turn off your internet briefly, when the thing pops up saying it's like you're on the main menu and it says searching for the Lego Force Awakens server or whatever, it'll crash when that thing pops up. Every time if you're connected to the internet, like you turn the internet off and then you go onto there, then it'll pop, then the new game or load game or whatever will pop up, and then you can turn the internet back on and then play it properly. And that was I don't know when that happened, but I noticed it when I tried playing several months ago, just because I wanted to make sure I could play it while it was on my external hard drive, because I moved certain things onto that when I got one for my birthday, and so I wanted to make sure I could just plug the thing in and play it when it's plugged in, and I put Force Awakens on there, and yeah, I discovered it a painful way that I gotta be not connected to the internet on the main menu first, and then when I start playing, then I can turn the internet back on. So
that's an odd glitch. Maybe, I don't know.
Others have had it because I looked it up after it was happening, and others reported it too. So it's relieving to know you're not the only one when something happens.
Yeah, same thing with the Skywalker Saga Sky Flicker that I have. Other people have it too, but yeah, I mean, you hit a good point, right? With Shadows, is that as long as the game works, and maybe no game has ever dropped where it's perfectly bug free, But if they're able to acknowledge that, hey, this doesn't work, or oh, this might have a bug, if they can actually fix it, that's good. And Ubisoft, they're typically pretty good about that. But I mean, yeah, like I'm genuinely, I am excited for this game. I'm getting it day one. I'm very excited. I've been following it. I think having the girl assassin Naoe, who's like more stealthy, and Yasuke, the black guy in Asia, because that makes sense. Having him be like the tank, being like a really forceful kind of character. They both seem like fun ideas, and I can't wait to use it. But yeah, like I'm also nervous, because if this game doesn't do well, Ubisoft, they gotta watch out. They could go under.
Yeah. And speaking of that,
Activision.
yeah. Speaking of that, actually, I'm kind of wondering if maybe the characters just seem different at first because, again, they haven't released the game yet. So they're going to show the guy maybe having different things than the girl, but I'm kind of wondering if maybe eventually both of them can basically do the same thing. Because, I mean, if the guy is only limited to big weapons, that's kind of stupid when you're trying to dual wield short swords or something, and only the girl can do that.
Yeah,
only the guy can use sledgehammers. Only the girl can use dual wield katanas or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've seen of the gameplay, they did recently say that you can beat the whole game as either Naoe or Yasuke. For people listening, if you played like Assassin's Creed Syndicate, that also has the dual protagonists with Jacob and Evie. Jacob is more of the brawn guy, and Evie's more of the stealthy killer. So it's kind of the same thing as that, but I mean, from what we've seen, Naoe is the fastest assassin in the franchise. She's like stupid quick. The parkour is really, really stylistic and flippy and fun.
Yeah.
And then Yasuke, like they showed a clip of Naoe jumping into hay, right?
Yeah.
And like the hay, when she jumps into the hay like blows up in like a massive explosion of hay, and it's really quiet and stealthy. They show Yasuke doing it. And it's like he kind of tumbles off like a fat, like a beached whale. So it's interesting that, yeah, I mean, you hit a good point, right? Maybe when we actually play this game, maybe they will play the exact same, and this is all smoke and mirrors. But from what we've seen and from what they've told us, I mean, this is a big part. I mean, they're really, really, really putting an emphasis on.
Well, maybe the black guy, at the very least, maybe the black guy could eventually become more like Eivor. Because Eivor's a Viking, and you're doing a bunch of stealthy assassinations with him that you don't usually see a Viking do. So,
yeah,
a big black samurai guy, I'm sure, could do that too if Ubisoft just takes a cue out of one of their own games and figures it out.
Yeah. No, I mean, I could see that happening. I mean, it would be a little bit awkward if Yasuke is doing stealth and he's the only black guy in Asia and everyone else is actually Asian. I mean, oh, there he is. I mean, it would be pretty easy to spot him. But thankfully, Naoe is an actual Asian woman.
Yeah.
And she blends right in. But they have new things too. Like you can go prone for the first time, where like you're laying on your stomach. You can go in like swamps or like water and assassinate bad guys from the water.
Well, you can sort of do that in Black Flag. Just kind of
if you're with water.
Yeah, well, I remember being underwater when I was trying to clear a smuggler's den, and I could pull guys under and kill them underwater.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep.
But I mean,
if anything, this
may not be the same thing, but similar anyway.
Yeah, I think they took an idea from that playbook. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting, right? Like, because everything I've seen, like, I've always wanted an AC game in Japan. I think katanas are awesome, and I think it's going to be a really, really fun open world.
Yeah.
My issue, I just need it to work right. That's all. I don't care if the story's shit. I don't care. Just make the game work.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. It's like buying a car, and they're like, "Oh yeah, the steering wheels doesn't work," but can we have the full price? So, especially with financial.
You don't wanna be starting the game and then just when you start actually getting to play, like it's not a stupid cutscene and it's you wandering around. Just when you get to do that for the first time, the game freezes. And then you try it again, and then the game freezes, and it's like that part is bugged. You can't even play the game. It won't let you progress past the first little footstep you take.
If that happens, if that was a real thing, Ubisoft, they would implode. That would be really bad.
All that hard work that you can't see because you freeze when you take the first step.
Yeah. Well, as long as this isn't a cyberpunk situation where the game like flat out doesn't work as intended, I can see this working. But again, they choose to they screwed themselves over, right? I mean, I'm not racist, but like it is kind of weird to have a black guy in Asia. Okay, like I know he's a real person. That really happened. Yasuke is a real person. But it is a bit weird that they choose to not have an Asian dude. So
Yeah.
obviously we know why they did it, but at the same time, like they also the marketing for this game has been bad too. Like it's getting better now because we're close to release, but they had like all these promotional materials and like different pre-order bonuses and like actual physical things you can get, and like one of it was used with AI, one of it was like based on a like basically 9/11 in Japan, like a really bad like terror attack, and they didn't know about it. So like Ubisoft, the game could be great, but their marketing has not been good. So I don't know. I mean,
Well,
we'll find out.
would you
like I said,
say
I'll be getting it?
Would you say they overdid the marketing as opposed to Lego Star Wars where they underdid it?
I mean, they underdid it, but whenever they decided to do it, it was bad. Like at least like when Lego Star Wars decided to market whenever, at least it was like normal marketing. This is like Shadows was, they took a 6-month break, and then out of the blue they're like, "Hey, pre-order the game and look at this statue." But the statue was like, it was like there was a printing error and it was wrong, or it was like highly insensitive.
Oh.
Everyone listening, you can do your own research. I don't know the exact things, but there were specific racist things that Ubisoft did that like is actually offensive to Japanese people.
Well,
and they just didn't know about it, I guess.
Well, yeah, it's okay.
It's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
But
anyway, yeah, that's on my bed. Like I said, I'll be getting it day one, and I'll give a little unboxing and review, and I'm sure we'll talk about it again when I play it. But
yeah,
that's my piece on that. What's your next topic?
Well, you brought up katanas and stuff, and so I was thinking of, I was talking to you, I think it was last month, about The Last Samurai, and so I don't know, have you seen a trailer for it since we talked about it? Since I told you about it,
I
should see.
I Googled it, though. I Googled it, and I found out, yeah, Tom Cruise is in it. Who else is in it? I forget. There's another famous actor that's in it that I would know.
Yeah, the MonsterVerse guy that dies in this King of the Monsters, Ken Watanabe.
What's his... Yep, that's it. Yep, okay.
Yeah, he's in it, and there's also the guy from Avengers Endgame that Hawkeye kills in the beginning. He's in it.
Oh yeah, he's also in John Wick 4, I believe.
Yeah, and who else? Oh, Billy Connolly, I think his name is.
Okay.
The guy that played Dane in The Hobbit.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know that guy. Okay.
Yeah, he's in it.
Cool.
So, and many Japanese people that I don't know about, they're outside of the movie, but
So, you've seen this movie. I do want to watch it, but this,
yeah,
from what I understand, this is based on a true story where a white guy goes to Asia or Japan, right? Like is this a real thing?
well, I don't know if it's actually based on a true story or if it's just based in history. Like I don't know if it actually happened or if some of the things they tweaked to make the movie work or whatever. But it's definitely interesting. Like if you like movies movies anyway with katanas, this is kind of like The Last Jedi for katana stuff.
All right. Cool.
There's lots of katanas, including showing a swordsmith actually building one throughout, and by the end you see him etching Japanese symbols into the blade before it gets handed off to someone. I'm not gonna say who, but
okay, yeah. Please don't spoil this movie from 2003.
Yeah. Well,
everyone knows what happened with.
if you want to see it, I don't care if nobody else has. Just
Yeah.
if you want to see it
'cause,
and plan on seeing it, I won't spoil it.
No, next time I'm at the exchange, I'm gonna see if they have it. They should, but yeah, I mean, the only.
But it's
I've
really
seen,
good.
Obviously, Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, it's really good though. Like it's got lots of action, actually lots of emotion. I mean, you may not cry, but you may feel a little sadness inside, and it's got also some heart to it. You know, like it's not all violence and blood. There is a little bit of joy, I guess, in it and stuff. And
So like actual emotions.
yeah, you know, like there is one bit where it shows Tom Cruise's character playing kind of, I guess, Japanese baseball with, I don't know what it would be called, but he's playing some kind of baseball looking game with some kids, and instead of going after the ball like they're supposed to, they go after him, and he just kind of is playing around with them, and it's just one of those kind of nice moments outside of all the blood and decapitating.
Yeah. So like the movie has good world building, I would say then, right? Like it makes you care about the characters.
Oh yeah, actually it's similar to Avatar, you know. It's the beginning and is similar to Avatar and kind of the end, I guess. But yeah, it's really worth the time to sit down, watch it, and you know, if you have sensitive emotions, I guess cry. If you're like me and it's just really difficult to cry, especially at movies, you know, which I sort of feel something in sad things, but I never really cry about it.
Well, I would hope so.
But you know, but anyway, yeah, it's just really good.
People are gonna think you're a robot or something.
Yeah, well, maybe I am, but
I saw you short circuit the other day, so I mean.
Yeah, totally. You know, that was when I was really mad.
Yeah, I saw the sparks come out of your ears and everything.
But yeah, it's just a really good. It's just a really good film, and you know, if you ever do see it, you know, first of all, let me know if you even have it, and then I can look forward to your review of it. And it is. Yeah, I mean, hey, there is no sequels or anything. It's just by itself, so you don't have to say, you know, this. I'm not entirely, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of this franchise because it's not a franchise. It's just one movie, but
right.
But it's good, and especially like if you are as you say you are, and you're, you know, katanas are kind of your last Jedi of weapons. You'll be licking your chops every time you see one, which is a lot.
I have a katana literally right behind me on my wall, but I can't reach it, or else my PC will hit the floor. But they're cool.
Yeah. So.
In my second life, I'm a samurai.
Yeah. Well, I'm more of a, I don't know. I don't know.
You're more of a zombie killer.
Yeah. Well, it's not that. It's just I don't know what kind of weapon I really am into. I kind of like any weapon that gets the job done, I guess, but not necessarily always the same weapon, because that's what I'm like in zombie games. Like I'll use one weapon, like especially in Dead Island 2, I'll use one weapon, and then I'll switch to another one a little bit afterwards, and then another one, and then another one, and then eventually back to the one I first used, and I just kind of alternate that way, so I'm not using the same one the whole time and destroying it.
If you were in a zombie apocalypse, you kill one zombie with a hammer, you kill another one with a shotgun, and then a kunai, and then the camera would pan over to me, and I'd just kill like 50 of them with my one katana.
Yeah, kind of. It would have to be like Deadpool's katanas, and the third one.
Yeah.
It'd have to be adamantium though, because otherwise it'd probably dull.
Yeah. Oh man. Look. You're making me want to play this stupid game more.
Well,
I
then,
wish I could forward time.
then just do it already. You still have to play solo, which is like one of the best open, well, sort of open areas that they added to the game since they released it.
Yeah.
So, and plus you get 2 new Apex variants that are really annoying, but still cool to fight when you do eventually. But anyway, so
Content is content, but yeah, no. I mean, look, to wrap up that topic, I do want to watch this movie.
yeah,
I'll, if anything, me reviewing it is more content for you all. So I mean, I'll gladly do it. I don't mind. But
yeah,
I'm glad you liked it, and I can't wait to see it.
yeah. It's definitely a recommendation. That's all I can really say. There's nothing else to say about it until you see it and we chat about it. So,
Right.
but
So my topic here is this might be my last topic, honestly, for this one. But Harry Potter is getting a reboot. I'm pretty sure everyone in the world knows about it. Even my dog knows about it. But it was so we got the Harry Potter movies, which are timeless classics. Pretty much everyone loves them. And then we have the Harry Potter Cursed Child, which was a book and then a play, which it is canon to the book series, not the movies. And then we also got Fantastic Beasts, which was taken too soon. But we're getting a Harry Potter reboot as a TV show, and apparently they're doing one book per season, so their goal is 7 seasons. And they were, I think this was a year or so ago.
So would that mean one episode is a chapter?
Oh man, that would be crazy.
Because that's the only way I could see it working that way.
Yeah, that would take 18,000 years to finish. But a lot of people were interviewed, and they were like, "Oh, this is going to be the most faithful adaptation of the books yet. You're going to love it. It's going to be great." And then they announced the casting, and it's not looking too good. So we got John Lithgow as Dumbledore, which I guess he could look like Dumbledore if you put a big beard on him. Obviously, look, Harry Potter is one of those franchises. I mean, you'll probably agree too, where it's pretty much impossible to do a reboot. Like everyone in those movies is literally perfect in that role.
Yeah.
It's like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. No one could do it else.
Despite the actors in real life being less so towards the woman who made the franchise to begin with. But
yeah,
everybody should know that controversy, so I'm not going to get too into it because it's not.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, she's a weirdo. But I mean, hey, she made a good franchise, right? But she's weird.
Well,
and then we get who else?
It's not too weird, but we'll talk about that off the record.
I don't know who. Let's see. Harry Potter show cast. So we got Dumbledore, John Lithgow or whatever, and then we got Lithgow. Okay, and then Professor McGonagall, who was played by was it Maggie Smith, I believe. She is now played by Janet McTeer, which
hey, I remember her from that other movie.
Yeah, I don't remember her from anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, I mean, maybe she'll do a good job, who knows. And then, here's the one that really pisses everyone off. And again, none of us here are racist, but they're on the record being like, oh, this is going to be the most faithful adaptation yet. And they get a black guy to play Snape. If you read the books, Professor Snape is described as a thin guy with extremely pale skin. He looks like snow, right?
Literally white?
Buff black guy. Snow White. Yes! Why is Snow White brown? Again, I'm not racist. It just pisses me off when people, they do this, I get it. A color's a color. It's based on how you act, not how you look. Hopefully, people with 2 brain stems know that, but in franchise land, it's really weird. Like, you can see Commissioner Gordon being a black guy, or a white guy, or who is it? Newt Scamander. He played a woman, right? Stuff like that. That's just transformation. It's weird, but it's transformation. This is just disrespecting the source material. So that's why people are so butthurt about it. I mean, I don't know
Well,
how invested you are in the
Marvel's
show, or the
done it so
franchise.
many times.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm numb to it, right? But it's really odd to me that they choose, like, freaking Adam Driver, Kylo Ren. He would have been a better Snape, for God's sake. Why are you choosing this dude? It just, I don't, it seems like to me they're doing this to intentionally rile the fan base up. Because you can't be like,
Well,
oh, we're making this really authentic and real, and then they do this. I mean, what are
it's
your
also it's also about DEI pandering instead of talent and skill pandering, because people nowadays in so many areas are hired based on their looks and not their skills and
Yeah.
whatever the word was that I forget, but
No, I mean, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely
and that's
right.
probably why. Just his
Now look, he could be good, right? He could be the best Snape. He could be better than Alan Rickman. We don't know. We
Yeah.
haven't seen the show.
could
But
yeah.
I'm just not looking forward to this show. Like I don't have HBO Max, but like I love Harry Potter. Like you all, I freaking love Harry. It's one of my favorite franchises. It's incredible. But this show, like every news update I hear is just not good. So
Yeah.
it's like I don't know why are they doing it? Because again, I get it, right? Money, but at the same time, this movie franchise is so perfect. Like
Yeah.
I can't
Well.
imagine them doing it again.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I haven't
I mean,
seen
same
much
with
of
Lord of the Rings.
I haven't seen much Harry Potter. Like I have seen some of the movies, not all of them, but I have seen some of them, and I've never really been into it, but it. Yeah, I don't know if you're really. I shouldn't say if you're really a fan, go watch it, but if you're, if you're really
Intrigued.
yeah, if you're interested, then watch it. But if you're more, I guess, cautious about maybe just maybe just for this, just trust everybody else and what they say. Including critics.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, critics are saying the opposite of people. But just trust who you feel is the better one to believe in terms of this. If you're not sure whether to watch it or not.
Yeah. I mean, worst comes to worst, get a free trial of Max and pump out.
Because
I don't know.
I don't plan on watching Rings of Power, even though I'm into
neither.
Lord of the Rings and stuff, because I mean, I don't know, it just Elrond apparently is in the thing, and he doesn't look like Elrond. He looks like elves are supposed to have the long, elegant hair, and this guy's got like kind of Anakin Episode 3 hair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't seen Rings of Power either, and I'm not gonna watch it. I mean, I know it looks like it objectively looks good, right? Like the CGI looks amazing. It's a very high budget show, but it's not canon, and I know some people don't care about that. I'm a little more
Yeah.
susceptible to that, but it just doesn't look great. Like they're changing the lore, they're making it woke, they're doing this and that. It's just I don't know. It didn't jive for me. So I am genuinely intrigued in this Harry Potter reboot, though. But yeah, these news updates, they're not hitting, man. They're
Yeah.
not. I mean, maybe the show will be great. We don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Could be the best. Maybe it could be just Medicore. Or
Yeah.
mediocre, I should say. But
No, yeah, it's Medicaid.
yeah. But yeah, speaking of Lord of the Rings, I guess this will have to be the last topic. We're on almost 50 minutes here. And so, unless you have one that pops up right after that we can quickly get through. But yeah, this one is War of the Rohirrim. And I know you haven't probably seen it yet. But yeah, it definitely, I've seen it, and it's definitely interesting. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Hera is not, that's the main character's name, She is not a Mary Sue. Um,
No.
so I'm not gonna lie and say she is. Um, actually,
A few times,
actually,
yeah.
quickly speaking on that, Ray kind of is a Mary Sue because she perfectly fails when she fails. So
Yeah, you got me there. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you say Mary Sue is a woman that is absolutely perfect. Well, she perfectly fails. You know, she perfectly gets thrown against a tree in The Force Awakens. She perfectly gets her arm cut by that Praetorian guard whose axe gets erased by the stupid people behind the CGI. And
She perfectly died.
yeah, and before that, she perfectly had a
Fell in that water.
she had a kind of a, I don't know what you call it, a mental breakdown
Oh yeah.
on Act 2
That was pretty flawless.
before Luke stepped in. A perfect person doesn't have a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
So she perfectly had one. So, but anyway, back to the Rohirrim though.
Yeah.
Unless you wanted to quickly say something.
Well, I just wanted to say I did see it. I saw it in theaters.
Oh, you did? War of the
I got it on
Rohirrim?
Blu-ray. Yeah, I
Oh,
loved it. I thought it
alright.
was really good.
Yeah.
It's not obviously it's nowhere near the Lord of the Rings or Hobbit trilogy.
No.
You know that, but it's like it's officially a part of the lore.
Yeah.
It's the first
I
film
mean,
you should watch.
the music plays. You have Eowyn, who I don't know how she knows all this about this thing because, I mean, I don't know if she could have possibly read some sort of book on it, and then she's telling it to Faramir because she and Faramir do eventually marry or whatever. But
Right.
it is in the appendices anyway. There's two small things about it in the appendices, and it takes place about 11 years before Smog attacks Erebor.
Oh, that I didn't know. Okay.
So yeah, like like in The Hobbit, Bilbo's kind of what do you call it? Prologue about Erebor.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's basically 11 years before Smog attacks and basically kicks the dwarves out of their house and says, "This is my this is my mountain now." Yeah, and so that's kind of interesting. I mean, it's almost 200 years, not 200 years, but almost. And so it definitely was interesting to see the locations that are from the movies, though. But I think because it's 200, almost 200 years before even before the Lord of the Rings trilogy, it's less than that for Hobbit. But because of that, I think perhaps some of the ground maybe has changed a bit, because if you know, Helm's Deep doesn't have a wall that high in Lord of the Rings, and you see in the middle where the drain is and you see the water coming out, obviously that gets blown up in Two Towers. So I think, and not to mention the ramp is kind of zigzaggy looking, and so it kind of is. I'm thinking maybe somehow the ground rose during that time between then and Two Towers, and that's how it eventually looks in Two Towers. Because otherwise, it's like they tried to redesign Helm's Deep while remaining faithful to it, and it you can see it's not exactly as it should be. Because, like I said, the drain is a lot higher in the wall, where it should be like right on the ground, and the ramp is kind of zigzaggy, where it's in the movie it's more just one big curve going up.
Yeah, I mean that could easily just be explained as production error or just whatever, but I mean you bring up a good point, but yeah, I mean genuinely this is a movie that I heard it was terrible. Like, I saw the earlier reviews like, oh, it sucks, it's garbage.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
It was pulled like 2 weeks after or something.
Yeah, and it also didn't help that in the interviews they literally said they made this movie to keep the rights, which probably isn't the best way to market your film. But at the same time, like if you actually did watch it, apparently this movie completely effing bombed in the box office, but apparently it's actually a hit on streaming, and people are realizing that it's a good movie. And yeah, I mean, I saw it in theaters, like I said. I really enjoyed it. I think that the characters were, for the most part, good. I liked the villain. The battles were good. You can watch my review for specifics, obviously. But
you did a review?
The reason I did, yes, yep, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll watch it.
But the reason why this movie bombed, I think we all know why, is it's animated, right? It's an anime
with a Mary Sue, apparently.
Yeah, we're right. Woke Mary Sue. But at its core, people did not want an animated Lord of the Rings film. Like, straight up. Like, I wouldn't even have wanted that, right? I want live action. But the fact that, like, yeah, people need to understand this is canon. Animation is just a form of storytelling. It doesn't automatically make it bad or childish.
Same with the Skull Island. I wouldn't have wanted an anime of that. I would have wanted to see a live action Kong versus Kraken fight at the end. But
right.
But
it's still a good show, right?
Yeah, except for the cliffhanger, which apparently they're filling in with a comic book now. So they're not going to make a season 2. That's going to be the season 2, a comic book. So.
Okay. I mean, hey, I'm glad they're tackling it.
But anyway, back to the other thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But it is a shame because, bad word of mouth, and it's animated. People are like, oh, I don't want this, it's stupid. But yeah, obviously I'm not saying it's a perfect film, but it's far better than what you would expect it to have been.
Yeah.
And, I walked out of the theater and I was like, shit, like, this was good. And it's really a bummer that so many people wrote it off as just, oh, this is dumb, but...
Yeah, well, it's like, people have their own what they want to see, and when they don't see it, they hissy fit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
So,
I agree.
I mean, I would have wanted to see a live action as well. I mean, especially if, because I think some of the action sort of looks a little weird because you're seeing guys swinging things, but you don't, like, you hear the impacts, but you don't actually see them. And it's kind of weird in anime to see that anyway, whereas in, like you've seen Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, you see when they hit somebody, it actually looks like they hit them, and it looks good. And in anime, it's kind of, but, it's, the story is okay, I guess. I mean, you see, by the end, that, from then on, it's been known as Helm's Deep because Hammerhand's fortress, and he got his name after he killed that one guy in the beginning, just with one punch. That's how he got his Hammerhand name.
Yeah.
And also,
it's like Thorin with
killing
the shield, right?
Yeah, and also killing those two orcs. Merry and Pippin and the troll, because Merry and Pippin actors did voice those two orcs.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they voiced them, but obviously you wouldn't know because they sound nothing like you'd expect the actors to sound. They have to sound like orcs,
Yeah.
But
well, I know that Christopher Lee, Count Dooku himself, I know that they got lines, I believe it was from the Hobbit trilogy, that they didn't use, and they put into that film.
That was
obviously
interesting.
That was another issue people had where they're like, oh, it's cheap cameo. But I'm like, yeah, like that's what people effing want.
Yeah, and it's in the appendices, like the second part of the thing that I said, because there's only 2 parts they talk about this, and the second bit is where they say that Saruman becomes the owner or whatever of Isengard, and that's what we sort of see in this.
He's the owner.
Yeah, that's what we see happen here. We see that he basically is handed the keys to Isengard, so to speak, and
yeah.
So if people have a problem with that and think it's just some cameo, read the appendices, people. It's not as long as the book. They're just little tiny things that are just general ideas as what happened before and after the main book, and this is before.
Right.
And
Yeah, I think it was cool. I didn't mind it. I think it's a shame no one saw it. Because I think it's a quality story.
Yeah, and I think it's always interesting when you see the like the landscapes and stuff before you see anime characters suddenly walking around it, because you think you are watching live action for a bit.
Right.
or at least sort of like kind of those anime movies or animated movies, like Beowulf, where it's all CGI and everything, but they have some realism to them, like photorealism, but they're clearly not real. Yeah. And it's sort of like that until you see the anime character. So
yeah, you look at movies like Polar Express or Tintin, and they're like they're very hyper real, but they're still animated, right? And obviously going with a straight up full anime vibe to this film, anime is stupid popular, don't get me wrong, but it's not as popular as like your Pixar animation or your whatever, from the West. So like I understand why they did it, and it's a good movie. I got to get it on Blu-ray. Like, it's fun.
Yeah.
But I also kind of do understand why this bombed. Like, there were a few creative choices that probably should have been changed.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, I don't know what the whole real purpose of that old woman was. She kind of just
with the clothing.
She's kind of just in there. And there's also the little young guy that's trying to just do his best at everything, and he's kind of nervous every time he's doing something and stuff. But like it's, I don't know how I feel though about the gates of Helm's Deep, because you see two towers, they kind of fold inward, whereas these they kind of slide.
Right.
And it's kind of, unless the gates did get broke at some point before then that we don't know about, and they replaced them with gates that fold inward or something. Or maybe,
obviously they...
Or maybe because, when Helm Hammerhand froze to death there, trying to open the gate to begin with, they figured maybe it's time we changed these so they're easier to open or something, and put them going inward was a little easier than trying to pull them, have them go into the walls or something. Because, what if some ice was there preventing one part of going into the wall?
I guess you're screwed. That's like the equivalent of like someone in a wheelchair trying to go upstairs, and then they were like, "Oh, we should probably add a ramp here." It's like it's like Saruman or whoever. They went to that home remodeling TV show and they fixed it up.
Yeah, but yeah, it's I'm gonna have to do a marathon with this now one day. Just kind of go with it, like watch it, and then the Hobbit trilogy, and then the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah, I'll do the same when I get it on Blu-ray. You have it on Blu-ray, right? Or did you see it on streaming?
I got it on Blu-ray.
Okay.
I don't care about streaming. And speaking of that, really quick, I'm not entirely sure if this is actually happening. Maybe my Walmart, it just sucks sometimes, but apparently Gladiator 2 came out recently, and I didn't see a single Blu-ray by itself. I saw a DVD and 4K with a Blu-ray combo pack.
Huh.
So I think they're getting... I think Paramount, anyway, is getting rid of Blu-ray by itself.
Wow.
Which means you have to get a 4K even if you don't have a player, which is kind of dumb, because you're basically getting another version that you can't do anything with, and you don't either have the money or want to spend the money on getting one just to watch that one. Yeah.
It's either that or just they're they ran out of stock for the day you were there. But who knows? I mean, I think you all know I love physical media. I will cherish that shit till I die. I mean, I think it's important, right? I mean, obviously Black Ops 6, we talked about that and how that's kind of a sham. But yeah, I mean, I'll always take a Blu-ray over streaming any day of the week.
Yeah.
And it sucks. Like, I remember when Deadpool and Wolverine came out on Blu-ray, and I tried to get that day one, and I called like 5 different places, and none of them had it. So I was like, oh shoot, I got to order it online.
Yeah.
And it was just a big problem.
I might actually just look it up just to see, because Knuckles Blu-ray hasn't been out on anything either. Like, I saw it in one store that isn't Walmart, and I only saw one copy, and then I ordered a Blu-ray from I think it was eBay, when I thought at the time it was just maybe my player that was causing the stutters to happen, and instead of it being just Knuckles, I guess, on Blu-ray doing it. Because I had the DVD version for a time, and that worked just fine. So I don't know if Paramount Plus on Blu-ray stutters, or if Paramount is losing how to make a Blu-ray. Because apparently the movie If on Blu-ray for someone in the German version, I guess, stuttered as well. And the person got 2 copies, and they both stuttered in the same spots. So.
Wow. Shame on you, Paramount Germany. I swear to God, you had one job.
But anyway. So I'm hoping Sonic 3 doesn't. I'm hoping I can get Sonic 3 on Blu-ray. But if I have to, I'll get 4K, I guess. As long as it comes with Blu-ray.
I'm getting that one. I'm getting that. I think that comes out, April 15th?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that'll be my next big thing I get. But I just hope I just hope I can get it too, because sometimes the shelves either aren't stocked, or for some reason they don't have it even listed yet on the shelves. Like, they don't even have the price tag or anything on it. Because Knuckles wasn't there for the longest time.
Are you able to pre-order?
Probably could, but I'm not really a pre-ordering movie person. Not to mention, because if you take it off the shelf and the disc is ugly, you can easily swap it. Whereas pre-orders, I don't know if you can do that. Because you basically can pay, you pay long in advance, and then you do it, and I don't know if...
I've never pre-ordered a Blu-ray before.
Yeah, just games. That's all I do.
I hardly pre-order games now. I mean, I'm going to pre-order Shadows because it comes with a free expansion DLC later, but I mean, I don't really pre-order that many games anymore.
Yeah. And, well, I certainly don't, because after Dead Island 2, there's been nothing I really cared about. So, but I think at this
change one day, but
at this point I think they're going just Series X now. I don't think Xbox One's gonna have any more games.
No, I think soon it will be time for an upgrade, I fear.
Yeah, well, the upgrade will only come if I'm desperate for a game, but they have to announce it first.
Yeah, I mean, you'll love it though, man. I mean, next gen or current gen it's beautiful stuff. It's well worth the money for sure. And if you can get it on a sale, like Black Friday or something, that'll help.
Yeah. Well, I might just wait to see if they make any upgraded versions, because like my Xbox One is the Xbox One X, and I think that was like the last Xbox One thing console they released before the series. So, if I can get a upgraded version like Series X Ultra or whatever.
It's actually a Series XX.
Yeah, but so
with Series V, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, my PC is about to die, so we got to cut it.
Yeah,
it dies mid-sentence. But I had fun. We had some good topics. There were a few more I wanted to talk about, but we can talk about them next time. So that's always good.
That's fine.
But this was good stuff. So if you guys enjoyed this podcast, make sure to leave a like. Again, subscribe if you're new. It really helps both of us out. Again, I have been pretty much stuck at 1.67 for about a few months. So any subscribe will help. It's free, takes a second, and it really helps me out get more people to view my content as well as Recon Trooper. So thank you guys for listening and watching.
I've been stuck at 23.
Yeah.
So
one day we'll make it big, right? We'll each have 1 million subs in no time.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys enjoy either one or both of our versions. Mine might most likely will be up first, but it's nothing new these days, especially with franchises, school, and everything. So, but
yep, gotta love it. It will be out, okay?
Yeah,
it will be out, but it will be out after his.
Yeah, probably spring break time.
Yeah, about a month. No, it won't be that long.
Yeah, as long as it's out before our next one is all.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So, but yeah, and if you guys have any topics you'd like us to talk about, message us in the comments. As long as as long as they're not too far-fetched, like what we think of like Sailor Moon or Teletubbies or whatever.
Dude, I can talk about Teletubbies. Let's do it.
Yeah, Babyface Son, biggest awesome thing ever.
Yeah, that's metal.
Yeah, but yeah. So, any closing remarks on your end?
Yeah, leave a weird comment. Give us some weird topics. I don't care. Vacuum cleaners or something. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, and we'll shout you out.
Yeah. Yep. You got it. So Nanny and Poppy, whoever's Alan. Alan's not watching this. But anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Again, I had fun as always, and I am going to be doing, hopefully, one with Quick Brick Games, maybe Echo Kill Shot, we'll see. But yeah, the next one with Recon Trooper will be hopefully relatively soon, if I get some time to do it. But this was fun as always. Good topics. I'm glad we talked about Avatar because I wanted to talk about that. But yeah, again, enjoy, subscribe, and we'll see you guys later.
Yeah, later, folks.